We will crown a Southland Conference champion tonight. It's Central Arkansas and McNeese. The Cowboys 3 wins in 3 days to get the championship Saturday. UCA earlier today, a dramatic victory over Southeastern Louisiana to reach the title game. It's coming up. Welcome, everyone, to Constellation Field in Sugar Land, Texas. This is the 2019 Southland Conference Tournament Championship. The Bears of UCA taking on the Cowboys of McNeese. Hi, everyone. David Salzman alongside All-American Greg Swindell. This has been as competitive a Southland Conference tournament as I can remember in quite some time.
It really has. A lot of close games. McNeese, on the other hand, they pitched well most of the tournament, and last night the bats came up big. They didn't have to play the game this morning. Central Arkansas, on the other hand, played this afternoon. They won their ball game to put them in the championship game here tonight. They got the momentum on their side.
Bears' 4th championship appearance in 7 years. McNeese looking for their first Southland title since 2003, and here's how they got here. Last night in a victory over UIW, Nate Fispek, the early hero, not 1 but 2 solo home runs to give the Cowboys an early edge, but UIW would rally back. They would take a 3-2 lead until this 2-run double by Jake Dickerson would put the Cowboys up for good. They would add insurance, a 5-3 win for McNeese, setting up their test tonight in Championship Saturday. And as we look at the McNeese side of the bracket, the 1 seed, Sam Houston State, went 2-0. First time the 1 seed has done that in the Southland tournament since 2006. Just a little more drama for Central Arkansas to get here. This was earlier today. Southeastern Louisiana took an early lead on a Kyle Shemp home run. This after the Lions would knock off Central Arkansas last night to force the deciding game earlier this afternoon, but the Bears with the game tied at 3 in the 10th inning. Tyler Smith, his single would score Jay Anderson. A tremendous slide by Anderson, beating the tag, putting the Bears up 4-3. And then insurance, Cole Fiore's 2-run single, giving Central Arkansas a 6-3 lead that they would not relinquish. 6-3 the victory. Yesterday it was Southeastern knocking off UCA 9-3 to set up the rematch. But the Bears valiant and setting up the title game with McNeese tonight. It is coming up next here on ESPN Plus. We're glad you're with us for Central Arkansas and McNeese. Here we go. There's Brian King to get the start for McNeese here tonight on Championship Saturday. The senior from Parker, Colorado, a 4-1 record. But Greg, this is just his 3rd start of the season. Most of his appearances coming from the bullpen, 18-0 this year.
That'll be his 21st appearance overall. Like you said, 3rd start, a 3-pitch guy on the mound. He has some senior experience for McNeese. And, oh, by the way, he's a 4.0 student as well. Very smart young man.
He's actually the male recipient of the F.L. McDonald's Postgraduate Scholarship that the Southland Conference hands out each and every year. It's the Southland's ultimate academic honor for graduating student athletes. And here is the order for UCA. The top part of that order was tremendous earlier today in the win over Southeastern Louisiana, and Jay Anderson to lead off this championship matchup for Central Arkansas. UCA head coach Alan Gum calls him simply the heart and soul of this team. He'll be followed by Josh Reagan and Tyler Smith. Tanner Wiley, by the way, typically they're DH, and he will DH all this game. He will get the start on the mound for Central Arkansas here tonight.
Leading hitter for Central Arkansas in this tournament.
A date to the NCAA tournament on the line. A first pitch ball to Anderson.
That's what makes this game different than any game you've played all season. Yeah, you're playing. You could have won a game late in the season and win the conference championship, the regular season, but this is the one that's important. The tournament championship. That's the automatic bid. Getting to play next week.
2-0 count to Anderson, who does have 34 walks on the season, an on-base percentage of .376. Strike call, 2-1. Bears took 2 of 3 from McNeese earlier this year, but that's when the Cowboys struggled to begin conference play. They actually started 7-12, but they have won 12 of their last 14 league games, including going 3-0 in Sugar Land heading into tonight.
Yeah, playing well. to end the season and to come into the tournament. That's when you want to get hot, is late in the season.
To the shortstop, Reed Bork. Good scoop of it by Jake Dickerson at first, one away.
The most important thing over there at first by Dickerson, stayed down on the ball the entire time. Didn't come up. You can always come up on the ball. If you try to stay up and go down, it's a lot tougher. Kept the glove down, the ball went right into it.
College, Major League Baseball, you've pitched in so many high-pressure games. How important is just that first out to try to relieve some of the pressure that King may be feeling?
Well, I pitched in the ultimate. I pitched in the World Series for the Diamondbacks, and I could see my gloves shaking on the mound before I got my first out, before I threw my first pitch. So yeah, it's nerve-wracking, whatever level. If it's a championship ball game, there's going to be nerves.
Second straight hitter. King has fallen behind 2-0. You said in our open where McNeese, the hitting's been all right, but the pitching has been tremendous in their 3 wins so far here.
In this tournament, they've only used 6 pitchers, and a couple of them just an inning and a third, and 2 and a third. I mean, haven't really used too much, so they're fully loaded.
Nice play by Carson Maxwell at third, 2 away.
But again, in games like this, we're going to say it a lot all night. I mean, besides the starting pitcher for Central Arkansas in that first game, and possibly one for McNeese, all hands on deck in this ballgame.
This is the 5th game for the Bears here in Sugar Land, and of course their second today, winning in extra innings earlier today against Southeastern Louisiana. That game ended about 90 minutes ago, and they didn't change. They're wearing the same uniforms that they did in game 1 here. A third straight 2-0 count to a UCA hitter. Tyler Smith, Alan Gum calls UCA captain. A .377 on base percentage, 16 doubles on the year for the UCA first baseman, senior from Deer Park, Texas. It's in the east part of the Houston area. We're on the southwest side in Sugar Land.
Had some really good weather here this week. A lot of past years we fought the weather.
Got him. 3 straight times. Brian King comes back from being behind 2-0, and he gets the Bears in order. Cowboys up for the first time on Championship Saturday when we return. A good contingent of fans making their way from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and Justin Hill, his 6th year as McNeese head coach. Really a tremendous job he has done with this program. 4 times Cowboys have won 30 or more games. And by the way, they're not at 30 wins this season yet. 1 win away from their first NCAA tournament appearance since 2003. That really surprised me when I saw that. I mean, this has been a team and a program with quite a lot of tradition, and they're looking to finish the job going 4-0 in Sugar Land. They'll face big Tanner Wiley, senior from Fort Smith, Arkansas, who has pitched all season for UCA. He's been one of their star hitters the second half of the year. Pretty solid numbers for Wiley as he gets the start for Central Arkansas tonight.
Yeah, fastball, changeup, curveball. He will be the pitcher DH in this ball game. And I got right there quick outs because he got 4 hits in that first game for Central Arkansas. Try to limit your pitches on the mound for Tanner Wiley so you can stay out there a little longer. Plus, once he comes out of the game, he will stay in as the DH.
It's a McNeese team that's hitting just .229 here in Sugar Land. And the pitching has carried them for the most part, but they have had clutch hitting in their 3 wins leading up to today. Peyton Hardin, the freshman from Atascocita, Texas, in the north part of the greater Houston area, will lead things off. Nate Fisbeck, 2 solo home runs last night in the win over UIW. Followed by Clayton Raspberry, Shane Selman, Jake Dickerson hitting 5th. He has been red hot in Sugar Land this week. David Salzman, Greg Swindell with you. Here on Championship Saturday, a date to the NCAA tournament on the line. Bears looking for their first since 2013 when they made it all the way to the final game of the Starkville, Mississippi Regional, following to Mississippi State. Harden batting .250 here in Sugar Land, 3 for 12. The lead off the bottom of the first for the Cowboys.
You have to wonder for Tanner Wiley just how much is in the tank. It was warm this afternoon during their ball game, and he was on the bases a lot.
Mentioned the 4 hits, went 4 for 5 with a double and a run batted in. He is UCA's leading hitter. Wind blowing in from right center as we get started here in Sugar Land tonight. Late swing, 2-2. .28 strikeouts for Wiley in those 32 in the third innings coming into today. Harden stays alive.
Looking to put the ball in play with the speed of Harden. Get him on base. He's 16 for 21 in stolen bases this season.
This Cowboy squad easily leading the Southland in stolen bases. The team leader hits 9th, and Reed Bork. To short, Christian Brazier, 1 away.
He would have beat that one out, but Harden slipped coming out of the box. Lost his footing. All Brazier had to do was make the clean throw, and he did right there.
So here's Fisbeck. Mentioned the 2 solo shots last night. Those are the only home runs McNeese has had in this tournament. We haven't seen many. Wind's been blowing in pretty much all week. Game 14 here in Sugar Land, going all the way back to 9 a.m. on Wednesday. McNeese has been in the primetime game every day here. 7 o'clock the last 3 days. And the 6 o'clock start here for the championship tonight.
Winning has its benefits.
Yes, it does. Poor Southeastern. This was their first day not having to play the 9 a.m. game. Lost in 10 to UCLA.
Still played the first game of the day.
Right. Tyler Smith gives it a look, but that ball out of play. There is shade over home plate, but sun coming down on Tanner Wiley. What effect could that have on a hitter?
Well, once it starts to creep out even further, tough to pick up spin on the baseball when it goes from the sun to the shade.
Fisbeck couldn't pick that up, 2 away.
Looking for something off speed right there. With the fastball middle away. Just freezes him. As it creeps, the fastball, you can pick up the fastball, but you start to think those fast curveballs are fastballs and just can't pick up spin when that shadow gets halfway out there.
Clayton Raspberry trying to get things going here in Sugar Land. Good hitter. Spread out over the course of the year, but just 1 for 10 so far in this tournament. From Rockwall, Texas, just east of Dallas. Oh, 2 the count to the junior. Mentioned 4th appearance in the title game the last 7 years for UCA, but Alan Gum dismissed any thought that would give his team the advantage, especially how hot the Cowboys have been coming into tonight.
That makes sense. Their teams are different. I mean, yeah, they've been there, but the experience is from guys that aren't even on the team anymore. So the coach has the experience. Sometimes that can translate to the players. To give the players confidence knowing that their school has been there 4 out of 7 times.
To shallow center. It'll drop. In front of Josh Reagan, our first base runner of the night, is a Raspberry single.
He's got a wooden bat in his hand. It's shattered in half. That one ate him up, but dropped in front of Reagan out in center.
Reminded me of the Jake Dickerson double in the 8th last night, which gave McNeese the lead. He was behind 0-2 in the count. It wasn't a bad pitch. It was low and away. Just slapped at it. Got enough of it to find space in left field, and Cowboys would go on to win last night.
I know what they did win this week. The uniform, #1 right there. Kind of digging the old Brewer look.
Yeah, I'm thinking Robin Yount is on deck.
Paul Molitor following.
Raleigh Fingers is the Cowboys closer.
I think Coach Hill would like that too.
You know, the cool part, Greg, is that McNeese is the home team, so they got to pick their uniforms, and instead of going with the traditional white, they went with the 82 Brewer look. Deep part of the park, Reagan under it. 2-out single, Raspberry left. We're just getting started. Championship Saturday, Sugar Land, Texas. Scoreless 3-1.
This is my life.
This is my path to my career.
This is my ticket to my goals.
This is my ride to my future.
This is my choice, my university.
This is my McNeese. Make it yours.
Here I am back at UCA. This is where I got my start. Acting in plays, studying literature, writing scripts. Campus has grown so much in the last few years, and the technology is incredible. UCA is where I learned the craft of storytelling and got ready for a career in New York and LA. That's how I got here. Go here and go anywhere. Go UCA.
Well, the games got started Wednesday morning, but Tuesday night, second year they've done this. It's a wonderful event. The Southland Conference Home Run Derby, and it was a freshman in the bonus round, able to come away with the victory. His teammates watching, Hunter Hicks, and there he is, the home run champ in the Southland. UCA with some good history, although short history on their side. Jake LaGreca for Northwestern State won it last year, and the Demons won the Southland Conference title.
Must be the color.
Well, you know, the chance of a purple team winning the Southland Conference greater than any other color. Easy play for Nate Fisbeck. And Bo Orlando is the first out of the second.
And with the sun, you see Fisbeck looking right back up into it. He went over into the light stand of the shade. Didn't need any sunglasses on that one. Got some help.
Talking to those close to the Cowboy program, because we mentioned this is just King's third start, but there were no surprises that he would get the call in this all-important game tonight. Big cut by Tanner Wiley, and it's no one count. King has looked solid so far, despite being behind 2-0 on his first 3 hitters.
Having that ability in the first inning, falling behind 1-0, 2-0 on all 3 hitters, and coming back, getting into a groove this inning.
So Tanner Wiley, this is just his 47th at bat of the season, but he's hitting .370. He went 4 for 5 earlier today. He's been a pitcher all year. And Alan Gum said, you know, throughout the course of the year, at some point we needed a left-handed designated hitter. We had him work in batting practice for about a month and decided, let's give it a shot. And all of a sudden, he's easily the leading hitter.
He knew he could hit, but you know, as years go on or the year progresses, you find out you might need a little more thump in the lineup. tried him out, and he has not left that lineup.
He's walked 12 times, too. His on-base percentage is .508. To third, Carson Maxwell. 5 up, 5 down for King so far.
Really nothing down the center of the plate. When he falls behind, obviously those aren't down the center, and when he does get the ball over the plate, it's on the corners.
Here's Colby Johnson. Just stands at 5'6", freshman from Pearland, Texas. It's another Houston area product. These two teams from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and Conway, Arkansas, done a tremendous job coming down to this Houston area and getting some awfully good talent.
Well, it's a mecca for talent, the Houston area, and it's growing. I mean, now you got the Woodlands, you got Cypress, you got all these Pearland. I mean, that's been there. They've all been there for a while, but now the talent is just getting better and better.
Johnson batting .245. McNeese fans thought it was a strike. Count is 1-2. Just one hit in the game so far, that by the Cowboys in the bottom of the first. Couldn't lay off that fastball up and away. 6 up, 6 down for the F.L. McDonald Postgraduate Scholarship Award winner for the Southland, and Brian King. Great pitching throughout the Southland Conference. Corey Giacone, the pitcher of the year for Southeastern Louisiana, his 3rd career all-conference honor, 5th in the country in strikeout to walk ratio and walks allowed per 9 innings. And Reeves Martin, the relief pitcher of the year for UNO, converting all 14 of his save opportunities this season, named one of 15 semifinalists for the National Pitcher of the Year by the College Baseball Foundation.
Good arms in this Southland Conference.
Yeah, this is going to be a one-bid league this season, but the history is there that regardless of team or seed, Southland teams have success in the NCAA. Just twice this decade has the Southland team not won an NCAA regional game.
Well, they're always gritty. They're always competitive. You can throw a couple of good arms on that staff because, you know, you go to an Arkansas or you go to an LSU or region, you have to have arms on the mound, and usually that's what wins the games when you get into regional play.
The RPI is what it is, but it is consistently underestimated, the quality of the teams from this league.
Yeah, you're not going to sneak up on a team from this league. Right. I mean, you're like, oh, they come in as a 3 seed or 4 seed. Well, guess what? You might be 0-1 in that region in a hurry.
Jake Dickerson, the hero last night, is 2-run single, giving McNeese a lead they would not relinquish, defeating UIW to get to this title game. Looking for their first NCAA appearance in 16 years.
It's hard to believe in itself that 2003 was 16 years ago.
I'm still trying to get over my daughter graduating kindergarten yesterday.
You had a kindergarten.
So, yeah, I said, we're right, 16 years ago.
I have my youngest graduating high school.
Oh, my goodness.
In a couple weeks.
You know, for all the good teams McNeese has had, Dickerson does a good job to stay alive there. They won the regular season crown in 2017, but went 2-out. Sugar Land until this year has not been a great place for them. They have gone home disappointed, not living up to expectations, but they've been tremendous leading into this championship game today. And Dickerson able to give McNeese its 2nd hit of the contest. That's a leadoff single.
The first hit, Raspberry got it with 2 outs. Now you got the leadoff man on. You can do a lot more with that leadoff hitter getting on.
Dickerson is now 6 for 12 with 2 walks here in Sugar Land. Quite possibly the most valuable player of the Southland Conference tournament.
4 RBIs to go along with it.
Carson Maxwell is 3 for 12. A couple of runs scored and a couple of runs batted in here during the tournament. see his 10 home runs on the year. Dickerson, 12 stolen bases in 16 attempts this season. 0-2. Dickerson taking a look at Nick Zaleski, McNeese's third base coach. For most Southland teams, their head coach would be at third, but Justin Hill stays in the dugout. Three-pitch strike, and a big out for Tanner Wiley.
3 pitches, 3 breaking balls. That's what happens when you can get them over an account early. That's a fastball right there. That's what the shadow got me. Looked like a breaking ball, trying to protect with 2 strikes, not able to catch up with it.
Julian Gonzalez, McNeese's right fielder. From Sulphur, just outside Lake Charles. Of course, McNeese is located. You see those shadows now from the light poles coming out over parts of the infield. Pitch is high.
It's warm here at the stadium, Constellation Field, but with that wind coming in from right, if you're in the shade, it actually is very comfortable.
Now 1-1 count. When you're in a game like this, how much does adrenaline just push aside any possible effects of the warm temperatures here?
Yeah, you don't feel. I mean, for Central Arkansas, they're feeling it a little bit because they played a game in what was the hottest part of the day this afternoon. But now, as this game goes on, you'll tend to forget. The adrenaline will take over, especially if the game stays close the entire time, like a lot of games have in this tournament. If they're leaving tonight, it'll be a quiet bus ride. You'll want to celebrate whichever team, but you'll be a little worn out as well.
Central Arkansas, they want to take care of business first, but they're ready to get home. They've been on the road 11 straight days.
Yeah, whichever team wins this ball game will head back on the road next Wednesday.
Runner going. Charging is Anderson, and he only played a first. Dickerson at second now with 2 outs.
Put the runner in motion, try to get the infield moving around. A good pitch by Tanner Wiley. Lead up Gonzalez, and an easy play out there for Anderson.
So it's up to Dustin Duhan, the McNeese catcher, to try to keep this inning going. 2 for 11 with a couple of runs batted in during the tournament this week. 23 runs batted in on the season. Senior from Moss Bluff, Louisiana. I mentioned how Houston's such a hotbed now for talent. Now playing baseball in the college ranks. You can go all over Cajun country and find some tremendous talent up and down.
Tremendous food, too.
I'd say. Yeah, they're not lacking for food quality in Lake Charles. You go north of I-10, it's still really good. You go south of I-10, there's nothing like it.
Even better.
That's where you got the guys living right off the bayous. They know what they're doing.
Gator McCluskey. The old James Bond character.
Yep. 1-2 the count to Duhan. A single to Jake Dickerson. He's now on at second. Duhan's single could bring him home. Tanner Wiley, just his third start of the season, 14th appearance overall. He's averaged about 2.5 innings per appearance this season.
So now 37 pitches, something to keep a look at.
Duhan thought about it for a second. Took the count, took the pitch rather for a ball, 2-2.
38 not extremely high, but in these situations, they haven't hit the ball hard off of it. They've got a couple bloop singles. That's what I look at, is when hitters start squaring the ball up and hitting line drives. I don't care what the pitcher or catcher says. They're starting to time you up.
Late swing, but Duhan just got enough of that to stay alive.
I just think right now the breaking ball is tough to see. They've been late on some fastballs, haven't picked it up. Try to time up in or go away with the breaking ball.
Staying back on it, Orlando. And Wiley gets out of the mini jam as the Cowboys leave a runner on second. Still looking for our first run of championship Saturday night. Southland Conference tournament's been as competitive as we can remember. How about the race for first? And just to get here to Sugar Land, Sam Houston State, their victory, the final game of the season, propelled them to win the conference title outright. Texas A&M Corpus Christi with the 8th seed. 3 teams finished behind them: UNO, Abilene Christian, and Nichols. The job they did up in Abilene. Wildcats with 13 conference wins after a total of 8 the previous 2 seasons combined. We knew that with UIW, Abilene Christian, you can't really call them expansion members of this conference anymore. I mean, they are as quality programs across the board, across all sports, as any other of these, any other program really is in the Southland now, and that makes it so much harder just to get here. They're not expanding the number of teams that can get to Sugar Land. I mean, we are at 8, and so that's why a team like A&M Corpus Christi, the 8th seed, such a good quality team. They knocked off Sam Houston State the first night here.
It's competitive. It's getting more and more competitive. And now with like UIW and those teams able to make it to postseason now, it's for the last couple of years, it just makes it better. Easier to recruit knowing that you have something to play for each year. Makes the conference better.
That's off the glove of Fisbeck, and Cole Fiore, who put the game away in the 10th earlier today with a 2-run single, represents the first base runner for Central Arkansas here tonight.
Still on a ball hit extremely hard, but perfect spot right up the middle. Gets it right over King and right past Fisbeck.
The 6-3 Central Arkansas win over Southeastern Louisiana in 10 innings earlier today. Bears had a rally to tie the game in the 8th and took the lead for good with 3 runs in the 10th.
I guess the 1 in extra innings, you think maybe not, but when it gets to 3, it's just demoralizing to try to come back with only 1 at bat left, knowing what's on the line. Your season's done. I'll tell you what, that dude came in for Central Arkansas. He was throwing some heat.
Well, you're talking Cody Davenport,
yes,
who all-time winningest pitcher in UCA history, strikeouts leader.
Got his first save.
Got his first save of his career in that victory over Southeastern to propel them to championship Saturday. A 1-1 count to Christian Brazier after Fiore's leadoff single. 2-1. King right to second, and what a job. That's the shortstop board, because that was not a great throw, but he hung on as contact was made, and McNeese gets the force out.
Brian King gets to this ball quick, but makes the throw up the line, and right there you see Bork has to act like a first baseman, stays on the bag, catches the ball, took one for the team right there. Got the runner coming in, got his foot, clean the slide. A great play out there by Bork.
Justin Hill was telling us about the athleticism of his middle infield. And Bork and Fisbeck, and Bork showed it there. That was a tough play, having to hold on to that ball the whole time to get the out. Daniel Sagdahl pops out, and all of a sudden 2 away now.
More than anything, it's just concentration on making sure you get that out. And that once you see the throw low, Coach Hill talked about a lot of teams are very good when they're strong up the middle. Behind the plate, your shortstop, second baseman, and your center fielder. Coach Hill has a couple of the best in the Southland Conference out there right now.
So it's Brazier on first as King throws over. Jay Anderson grounded out his first time up. Turned the order over for the first time tonight. McNeese thought they had him. Just too late, says our first base umpire, Chris Simons.
9 people on the field. Couple thousand fans. A little quick step over there. You get the tag on him. Hard to tell right there, but tag goes to the run.
If it's so hard to tell in super slow-mo, even harder for Simons over at first. And as you said, got to assume he thought it was a tie. First pitch strike to Anderson. Last time UCA was in the title game was just 2 years ago. They fell to Sam Houston State. Lost to Southeastern Louisiana in the title game in Conway, Arkansas in 2014. Maxwell over to first. Leadoff single, but nothing doing for the Bears, and we remain scoreless in Sugar Land.
Summer, student-athlete leaders from the Southland Conference's 13 schools get together for a retreat. Before we start another season of competition, there's time to have some fun and bond. We also share experiences of serving our campuses and communities. Together, Southland student-athletes completed more than 30,000 community service hours over the past year. We pull for each other and push to make each other better. Just part of what makes us Southland strong.
Speed. Power. This trophy is not given, it must be earned. The NCAA Men's College World Series. June 15th through 26th at TD Ameritrade Park in Omaha. Visit ncaa.com/CWS to get your tickets today.
Another great season of Southland Conference baseball led by these fine individuals. First team all-conference, Sam Houston State, well represented. Hunter Hearn, Riley McKnight, Colton Cowser. Bearcats 6 regular season conference title in the last 9 years. Cowser, a freshman, was the hitter of the year in the league. In UIW, Patrick Hallmark was the coach of the year, and the talent, the hitting they have, the best hitting team in the Southland Conference. 2 Cardinals on the all-conference first team. First pitch swinging, and Reed Bork is out for the first out in the bottom of the third. Tanner Wiley for UCA, Brian Keene for McNeese, both doing awfully well on the hill.
Yeah, I mean, pounding the zone, throwing the strikes, 41 pitches now for Tanner Wiley. A good sign. He was getting up there. I mean, it's still 41 is quite a bit, but when you get those 1-pitch outs, keep that pitch count down. They're coming out swinging this in.
Pretty much boils down to, and we mentioned Wiley just averaging 2.5 innings per appearance this year, but championship game like this, for as long as you can go and still give quality pitches on the mound, I imagine Alan Gum will lead Wiley out there for as long as he can.
Well, that's what I say. When the hitters start hitting the ball hard for hits, and even not for, you can hit line drives right at someone. When the hitters start barreling it up and their timing starts getting better, that's in this situation. when he's kind of reaching his limit because he hasn't thrown this much all season. That will tell you when you should take him out.
This is the second time through the order now with Harden. There's Alan Gum. He's the all-time winningest coach in UCA history by quite a wide margin and over 500 wins in his coaching career. Almost 300 in Conway for the Bears.
Yeah, he's done a great job. And we talked to him before the game, and of course, every coach is going to do. He gave credit to his players and his coaches. And that's what every great manager is going to do. Great managers have really good coaches and obviously talented players on the field.
I liked what he said when we were talking to him about his team and the resiliency earlier today. He said, if we stick to our principles, we could beat almost anybody. And then he said, we lost those principles yesterday when Southeastern blew them out 9-3, and yet down late, the resiliency to tie it, set up extra innings, and come away with a win.
And that tells you a lot about him as well. His players will rally around him. He knew, and they knew, they got away from their game plan, and look what happened. Stick to the plan that I set up for you. Good things will happen, and it did. That pitch right there is one of the best of the night for Tanner Wiley. Came in there, just missed, and went right back in.
Harden looked like he thought it was a bit inside. Ron Teague calls him out. Strikeout number 3 for Wiley so far. First pitch strike to Fisbeck. To center, and Fisbeck gives McNeese its third single of the night.
Third single, second 2-out single. And again, not hit hard, but placed perfectly out in center field.
These are the types of games McNeese has played really all season. Mention how they started 7-12 in the league. Justin Hill said we were playing a lot of close games, but losing most of them. And those losses sometimes can hurt more than getting blown out. But they stuck with it, beginning with the series in Abilene. Won the last 2 games in Abilene that put them at 9-12. They've been rolling ever since, winning 12 of their last 14 Southland games coming into tonight.
Losing close games can be the same as getting blown out. I beg to differ on that one. Because if you're getting blown out every game that you lose, now you're thinking, all right, well, what did we do wrong? Instead of, we didn't do much right. When you're losing by 1 run here, 1 run there, it's 1 pitch, maybe 1 error. You're in ball games and you're playing well. You just can't put them away. It's those ones that are blowouts. It's like, uh-oh, we got a problem.
To right base hit, just inside the right field line. Fisbeck on his horse to third. He'll be held up as Raspberry has a 2-out double. He came into today 1 for 10 in Sugar Land. So far 2 for 2 tonight.
Hit off into the bat, down the right field line. Thought for a second it was going to slow up enough with 2 outs. You could take the chance, but with your 4-hole hitter coming up, let him try to drive in a couple right here.
Shane Selman, the McNeese center fielder. He's looking for his first hit in Sugar Land, 0 for 10. For the year coming in, 261. 0-1 the count.
Got away with one right there. That Wiley was a hanger.
Selman, 28 runs batted in, 4 home runs, 16 doubles. 0-2.
In protect mode. Try to put the ball in play. You never know what will happen.
To your point about their close games, it must be once you start winning some of those close games late, all of a sudden you feel like you can win almost all of them, and that's exactly what McNeese has done.
That's confidence. I mean, yeah, you can play good and lose, but you still need that confidence of winning.
They were the hottest team coming into Sugarland. They have continued that. 2 wins over UIW and victory 2 nights ago over the 8th seed A&M Corpus Christi after the Islanders upset Sam Houston State. Easy play, Colby Johnson under it. And the Cowboys leave 2 runners in scoring position. Our first big jam of the night. Tanner Wiley gets out of it, still scoreless. And I mentioned Abilene Christian's improvement this season. Luis Trevino, a huge reason why, leading the Southland in batting average, RBIs, and finished 1 home run shy of getting the Southland Conference Triple Crown. Newcomer of the year, Alex Palmer from SFA, set the SFA program record for single-season strikeouts. Also tossed 3 complete games as the Lumberjacks ace. And Colton Cowser, he's just a freshman, folks. He is going to be doing great things for Sam Houston State for at least a couple of more years. Not only a great freshman, but named the best hitter in all of the Southland Conference in 2019.
Very pure. He came through Austin. I do games for Texas and Austin, and had a couple of base hits, and you could just see he's just nice, free, loose hands, big, 6'3", good body to go with it.
Central Arkansas on McNeese, scoreless in a 3-pitch strikeout to get the top of the 4th started as Reagan goes down.
Both pitchers starting to hit their spots. Right here, Brian King just paints. Maybe got a little help on the outside corner, but hit the spot and got the call.
I'll mention again, King is the male recipient of the F.L. McDonald Postgraduate Scholarship. It's the ultimate academic honor for graduating student athletes in the Southland. Tyler Smith, the first pitch strike, and 0-1 to the UCA first baseman. King received a $5,000 scholarship, which will go towards his graduate studies. He'll do those at the University of Denver, which is near his hometown of Parker, Colorado. 4.0 GPA is a natural resource conservation major.
Yeah, not general studies.
No. One of the real hard specialized majors. Yeah.
A long major.
They honor the scholarship winners at the Southland Conference Honors Dinner, which was Tuesday night in Frisco, Texas, which I've had the honor to MC for the last couple of years. And King couldn't be there because he was here with his team, but his grandparents were there. And at the very end, his first athletic director, Bruce Hemphill, talked about King. King's grandfather stood up and he said, "I have one message from Brian. Go Cowboys." Boy, is King and his Cowboys been lights out in Sugarland so far here this week. Yeah, when I think I was a little accomplished in college, I see what these student athletes have done academically, athletically, community service, 40,000 community service hours among all Southland Conference athletes. It is incredible what they all do across the league.
Well, that's more important. That's what you can look at. Yeah, we know what kind of athletes they are, but what kind of people are they away from the field? That speaks for itself.
It makes me realize I could have done a lot more in my 4 years of school.
You couldn't have had my ERA and GPA up to match his, but it still wouldn't be.
You're saying I should not ask you about your academic accolades in college?
That's the total number of hours I should have.
You did what you had to do?
Right.
One of my journalism professors told me in college, he said, GPA doesn't matter. You just need to have good internships and stuff on your resume. I said,
okay,
fine with me.
My professor said it didn't matter.
Not to say I could have had anything close to a 4.0 GPA like Brian King. It's a base hit for Smith. He's on with 1 out in the 4th.
Smith fought that at bat right there. Took a close pitch and got called for a ball, and then fights this one off. Just a ground ball up the middle. Good piece of hitting.
Bo Orlando now at the plate. Team leader in runs batted in with 35. And he has had himself a great week here in Sugarland. 7 for 17. gets away from the catcher, and Smith is on his way to second.
I think it got Duhan. That's why he wasn't too concerned about the baseball.
Yeah, Justin Hill is going to come out to tend to his catcher. He did a good job going to home plate to retrieve the baseball as we take another look.
Yep. That's all. As a male, that's all you have to say on that one. Yep.
I'm not sure the UCA fans completely understand what happened as they want this game to progress. Duhan is okay. Okay enough, I will say, and will stay in. Smith is the first runner for UCA in scoring position. Just 2 hits for the Bears so far. Knocked off Southeastern Louisiana earlier today, 6-3 in 10 innings to advance to this title game. Duhan still on one knee. I think he's going to take as much time as Ron Teague will give him for getting back in his catcher stance.
That would be the case. Well, maybe a cup of water.
Duhan wishing there were 2 outs instead of 1. 1-1 the count to Orlando. That pitch tied up Duhan, and obviously his signal was cross with King.
There's a little cross up right there. Well, like you said, first runner to get to second base. They didn't go over their signs, and obviously there was a cross up.
So now even a long fly ball will give us the game's first run.
Infield played in for McNeese.
You a little surprised at that?
They haven't swung the bat as good. They've pitched real well this week, so maybe thinking 1 run could hurt them.
Good pitch, and Orlando couldn't lay off.
Corners are in. The second base and short aren't all the way in, about halfway, I guess.
1-2 to Orlando. Rather 2-2. By a diving Dickerson into right field, and we have the game's first run. Orlando continues his hot hitting in Sugar Land, and it's 1-0 Bears.
It's one case right there where giving up the run for the out. If you played back, you make that play, have no runners on. Now you have a runner on first and a run in. Almost like Dickerson didn't see it off the bat. Got a late jump.
So 2 wild pitches and then that seeing eye hit to put UCA on top. And here is the pitcher and designated hitter, Tanner Wiley.
If you can make a pitch, a good man for 2.
One. See the pitch count on the lower right of your screen now for King, 53. That's just his 3rd start of the year, as well as Riley. To left. That'll drop inside the left field line. Orlando will stop at second. 3 straight singles for the Bears. So you talk, Greg, about maybe some adjustments these teams will make the second time through the order, and UCA has done that.
Well, they're putting the bat on the ball. I mean, the base hit up the middle just got under King. The base hit the right for the RBI just under a diving Dickerson over there. And this one just placed perfectly out there and left. Not hit hard, but in the right spots. Action started for McNeese in their bullpen.
The Cowboy team we mentioned that had a rally from a deficit last night to prevent themselves from having to play early game here today. Not lost yet in Sugar Land.
Even though they are undefeated, this is it. This is a championship game.
Right, only double elimination as you get through your side of the bracket. So Orlando at second. His single scored Smith. Wiley takes his lead off first. Strike call. Just the 9 runs batted in for Johnson so far this year. The 1-2. Call strike 3. Big out for King and the Cowboys. 2 away.
Huge out. Second strikeout of Colby Johnson in the ball game. Fastball away. Freezes him on it. Still got one more huge out to get this inning. Anytime you're chasing 1-2 in championship ball games, you start to press a little bit. It's a good time to stop it if you're King.
Fiore 5 for 13 at the plate this week. Looking to keep the inning going. That was King's 60th pitch.
I think how much he'll have in his tank. It's 60 now. I mean, if he can get you out of this inning, 1 run through 4 innings, I would say he's done a great job for this ball game, not starting much this season.
And remember, and you mentioned it, Greg, that the pitching edge depth-wise certainly is on the side of the Cowboys. This is just their 4th game and UCA's 5th. In fact, McNeese just used 6 pitchers in their 3 wins here in Sugar Land, just allowing 6 runs. Good stop by Duhan.
Which is good to see. Right after he got hit, he didn't even see the ball that came in next. I know it was crossed over, but it got behind. Eventually led to the run.
Shade now over almost the entire infield. Fiore awaits the 2-1. There is activity in the Cowboy pen. King tries to get out of the jam. That's Aiden Anderson, who had the complete game victory for the Cowboys on Wednesday. Full count. Full count, 2 outs. And King and the Cowboys trying to limit the damage to a run. Fiore stays alive. Duhan couldn't hold the ball in his glove. Just out of the webbing.
I've always asked catchers, I mean, because they get mad at themselves, but you can't do anything about it. I mean, it's a foul tip. Your reaction is different than one that's not tipped or fouled.
Runners going on the pitch. That's a foul ball. Our third 3-2 pitch coming up. This inning started with a Josh Reagan strikeout, then 3 straight singles putting UCA on the board.
Tanner Wiley, even though he hasn't had to run much, still on his feet out there on first base.
Cowboy fans making some noise, hoping to limit the damage to a run. Not close, getting away from Duhan. Orlando, though, will hold at third and actually will rule it a hit by pitch. And so Orlando could not have scored regardless, but the bases are loaded now with 2 outs.
It's right on the back toe. You see him grimace right there. Ron Teague right on top of him.
And before King can deliver a pitch to Brazier, here comes Justin Hill. So I mentioned Aiden Anderson's been warming up in the pen, and Hill is going to go to him. A complete game win for Anderson on Wednesday. He will now come out in relief with the bases loaded, full of Bears, and a run already in. So here's Aiden Anderson, the senior from Beaumont, Texas, on Wednesday in the victory over UIW, just allowing a run, a complete game, just 5 hits allowed, and a couple of walks. You see his numbers for the season. This is Anderson's 21st appearance out of the pen, so he only has 5 starts, so he has been used to these types of situations, and he comes on here. And most dramatic of moments, I know we're early, but a run in and the base is loaded for UCA with 2 outs in the top of the 4th, a 1-0 Bear lead.
A lot of situations like this, you come in, you got the bases loaded. You usually, you see breaking ball first pitch. You don't want to throw a cookie in there to try to get a strike right here. The hitter's thinking otherwise, so a lot of times you'll see the off-speed first pitch with runners in scoring position.
Anderson does have 7 wild pitches thrown this year and places that first pitch beautifully, 0-1.
That's a call right there. Breaking ball up and away, but got the call.
Brazier 2 for 12 here in Sugar Land this week. And now an 0-2 count. Orlando at third, Wiley at second, Fiore at first. McNeese hoping to keep this a 1-0 game.
Still having trouble back there seeing it. That was an off-speed pitch that was up, and you could see him blink and almost didn't catch it.
Just missed. Cowboy fans thought the inning was over. Ron Teague said otherwise, 2-2.
That was better than this first strike that was called. Got to make a pitch right here.
That was even more away, and now from 0-2, Brazier's worked the count full. Nowhere to put him with the bases loaded here in the 4th. Line to short, right into the glove of Bork.
Wow.
He was in the sun, most of the infield in the shadows. He actually made a late move towards the baseball, but was able to haul it in. David Salzman, Greg Swindell, a 1-0 Bear lead, although the Cowboys had their chances. Jake Dickerson, a leadoff single in the 2nd, but he was left on. 8 Fisbeck, Clayton Raspberry, back-to-back hits. Cowboys had runners on 2nd and 3rd in the 3rd, but unable to score. And yet it was UCA able to come through. A Bo Orlando single, scoring Tyler Smith to give the Bears a 1-0 lead, though UCA would leave them loaded. And there is the purple bear that has been on top of the UCA dugout whenever they have played throughout this week.
I've been asked if it's symbolic, I guess, because it's the purple bear. That's about it. Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason behind it.
You know, the rally monkey.
Yeah.
Why not a rally bear if you're the Bears?
A rally purple bear.
I imagine they had to get that custom ordered.
Yeah.
Or painted, one of the two.
Dipped.
So Tanner Wiley now with the lead, 1-0.
Imagine they sell a few around campus.
Well, if they win this game, sell them for more. The demand will be higher. Here is Dickerson, who led off that 2nd inning with a single, but was left on base. Tanner Wiley has allowed 4 hits, 3 singles and a double. Dickerson has just been dynamite, 6 for 12 here in Sugar Land this week. every team is confident if you reach this point, but the Cowboys have been in this situation this week already. They were down to UIW 1-0 Wednesday before rallying to win 2-1. Had an easier go of it against A&M Corpus Christi. 2 in the second, 3 in the fourth, and they led 5-0 early, 1-7-2. Then trailed 2 different times against UIW Friday, including 3-2 after the Cardinals scored a run in the top of the 8th. Cowboys would rally with 3 in the bottom half and win 5-3 to make it to this game tonight. And Dickerson continues his hot hitting. That hit by a diving Anderson. He's on with the leadoff single for the second time tonight.
He's not trying to do too much. You hear that cliche-ish, but he didn't try to pull it. He didn't try to go the other way. Just throws the bat at it, puts it in the right spot. Second time he's been on with a base hit, a leadoff base hit. A lot of teams, when you're hitting the ball well, you don't try small ball, but could be something for McNeese right here to try to get someone in the scoring position.
Second time through the order so far. The Cowboys are 3 for 5 as the shade is over the mound now, not just the plate. Good run at it and a dive, and it falls fair in front of Johnson and bounces away. All the way to third is Dickerson. Maxwell will hold up at first, and all of a sudden runners on the corners.
Oh, just a lazy fly ball to right. The wind has slightly shifted. It's starting to go a little bit towards the right field line, and that's what happened out there by Colby Johnson. He started a break on it, and then it just started sailing away from him. He couldn't catch up with it. His glove turned the wrong way right there. When it hit, it came back towards the infield.
So runners on the corners, nobody out. And a visit to the mound coming.
Big break right there for McNeese. Got out of a huge situation in the top of the inning with a line drive right to the shortstop with the bases loaded and a 3-2 count. And now you get a break, getting the fly ball to right, and it's misplayed.
What happens sometimes when you're a hot team and winning 12 of your last 14 conference games, more often than others, types of plays will go your way. I think you were right on it. The flags are still coming in pretty strong from right center, and on a normal day, wind-wise, Johnson's probably able to catch up to that baseball.
Yeah. I mean, it's swirling. At one time, they'll come in towards the McNeese dugout, and then they kind of switch and go towards the right field line. Amen corner over.
So after the brief visit from UCA pitching coach Nick Harlan, Julian Gonzalez will step into the batter's box. There is activity in the UCA pen. Connor Williams and Gavin Stone, both right-handers. Gonzalez 0 for 1. Right up the middle. Great glove work by the shortstop Brazier. The throw to first low high. Cowboys have tied it.
Brazier did a good job just getting to it. I think he was surprised himself when he got it. And had to pivot around. See, right off the mound, slows the ball down. He gets it, but has just a second to get it out of his glove. A good throw probably would have had him, but just a little hot.
A great job by Smith just to prevent that from going behind him.
Right.
Tough play, infield single, and we're tied up. There's Dustin Duhan. So now the second time through the order, Greg, the Cowboys are 5 for 7 against Wiley.
Still not a bunt attempt, or even a show of a bunt. Now you got runners on first and second.
Beautifully placed down the third base line. Orlando the first, and a nice job to scoop it up by Anderson, who is covering.
Wow, really nice job. Thought for a second there that Orlando could have let that ball roll foul. He was hooking down that third base line, decided to pick it up. Jay Anderson covering first base. This is a hard bunt. Gonna go foul, throw and scoop over there by Anderson. Saves possibly 2 more runs.
Justin Hill says the man at the plate, Reed Bork, may very well be their leadoff hitter next season. Batting in the 9-hole. Bork, the shortstop, 0 for 1. 2 runners in scoring position.
Swings like that, fouling straight back. Remember, Tanner Willie, he was out on the bases last inning, ran a little bit, took a long time to get to the mound to get his warm-up pitches in between innings. And now this will be a 65th pitch.
Late swing, 0-2. By the way, this line out ended the inning. We're taking a look at it. You see how he had to sit back on it because he's in the sun? I'm not sure he had a great look at that baseball until the very end. That was with the bases loaded in the top of the 4th. Now at the plate, looking to give his Cowboys the lead. Calls time.
Now with Brasher out there, he's trying to duck to get into the shade. As he's fielding his position, still can't get low enough there.
Stays alive, 0-2.
As the shadow can affect hitters, it affected the fielder. Fortunately, he was able to get the glove up.
Frazier at short and Anderson at second, right at the lip of the outfield grass. Await the 0-2 pitch to Bork. Time called again. Single, RBI single, sac bunt. That is the 4th so far for McNeese. Up and down the lineup. Early impressions of this Cowboy lineup, they're hard to get out.
They're good at bats. They really make the pitcher battle out there, fouling pitches off, getting pitch counts. Now at 67. Putting the bat on the ball.
By these moments, the at-bats just get a little longer. Each pitch means so much more. Southland Conference title, trip to the NCAA tournament on the line.
For one, McNeese, you've got a chance to separate at least a couple with a base hit. For Central Arkansas, you make a pitch, you still got to get that one more out if you get Bork out right here.
Went off speed, missed.
Stayed up. Kind of the way it was received back there by Sagdahl. Just kind of caught it and didn't really try to frame it.
Gonzalez at second, Maxwell at third. 1-2 the count. That's going foul. Giving it a chase is Smith. Out of play. .70 pitches now for Tanner Wiley.
You have to think he's towards the end of his rope right here. Try to get out of this inning. Try to get this hitter. The bullpen not really throwing with a purpose, just playing catch.
2-2. Bork has walked 26 times this season. He's hard out. Base hit will give his team the lead. Swung on, missed. Tag applied, and that's a key second out for Tanner Wiley.
Challenging up, challenging him away. Drops that off-speed pitch down on his back foot. Can't hold up. A huge out for Central Arkansas, but still one more important out to get.
And so now top of the order, and the freshman, Peyton Harden at the plate. 0 for 2 today. Atascocita, Texas, northeast part of the greater Houston area. We, of course, are the southwest part, which means in traffic time it'll take about 2 hours to get from Atascocita to here.
We'll take a flight.
Right side. Anderson stays with it. Both teams with chances to put up crooked numbers in the fourth. Both teams come away with just 1 run. McNeese head coach Justin Hill coming up here in Sugar Land. And you can lounge here at Constellation Field in Sugar Land, Texas, home of the Sugar Land Skeeters of the Atlantic League. And this week, home to the Southland Conference Tournament. 1-1 our score, and now McNeese head coach Justin Hill joins us. Thanks so much. Obviously, both teams with great chances in the fourth, but the pitching holding firm. You have Aiden Anderson on the hill who went the distance for you on Wednesday. How long do you think he can go tonight?
We'll just see. We're going to take this one at a time. We've got 5 innings, and just a 5-inning ball game right here. 2 good teams, battling out, and man, this is fun, isn't it?
It is. Coach, not much small. You tried to get the guys in scoring position right there to break that inning open. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to the other guy sometimes. Huh?
Yeah, he did a good job, man. We just need to move the baseball. Anytime you get a chance to score without getting a hit, it's just such a momentum swing. But, hey, that's the game. We got to move on from it and try to keep them off the board right here.
Coach, good luck the rest of the way. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
The job Justin Hill has done in his 6 years in Lake Charles. 4 times his team 30 wins or more, and the hottest team in the Southland heading into championship Saturday here tonight. He played at LSU for 2 years under Skip Bertman. And we laughed when we talked to him because he said, well, you know what? Most of those 2 years I was in the dugout because I didn't play much, but I got to learn so much watching the legend Skip Bertman at work for LSU.
And that's why you go into coaching. You love the game. Obviously, you play it. But when you can be around Skip Bertman and listen to him, like he said, he learns so much from being on the bench, because a lot of the great coaches, when things happen in the field, they always vent to the guys on the bench and let you know what could have happened, what should have happened, kind of go through the play. I coached with Augie Garrido, and he would do the same thing. You could learn so much from just listening to him talk about what just happened.
Sagdahl is the first out for UCA in the top of the 5th. Hill says that what he learned maybe the most from Skip Bertman is that Skip taught his players to be ready for your moment, that at some point you are going to be able to come through and have your moment in an LSU uniform. And we've seen really throughout this week separate players have their moment for McNeese here.
And that's what winning teams, why players who are ready for that moment. I mean, some guys will keep their dauber in the ground and not rise to the occasion. Even though you're not a starter, you might have that opportunity in a championship game that's now tied at 1 to have that time to have your moment in this ball game and send your team to the regionals.
They have found their share of heroes this week. Kane Eckert last night making his first appearance on the mound for McNeese, and he got the win. And the come from behind victory for the Cowboys over UIW. You never know. Could this be Aiden Anderson's moment? Already had a big one Wednesday in the complete game victory. Jay Anderson, a 2-2 count to UCA's leadoff hitter. He's 0 for 2 tonight. One more thing about Skip Bertman. Justin Hill said he learned from him maybe the most over and above to teach his players to be ready for the moment. He said, I realize you have to believe in your kids before they can really fully believe in themselves. That you have to play role model and father before you really see the player's potential come out. Well, that's a tough play, and Anderson was off the bag. Jay Anderson is safe. Aiden Anderson couldn't keep his foot on.
I think he got the ball, and I think his foot was on the bag right there, but that second swipe, he went back to try to swipe the bag. So he catches the ball, he missed the bag, but watch when his foot goes up right there. Hard to tell.
Where Simon says the back foot wasn't on. The ball was in his glove, as you said already.
Ball was in his glove. I think when he went back to try to tag the bag, that gave the indication that he didn't touch it with his foot.
Justin Hill going out to first base to get an explanation from Chris Simons.
And what the reason for that, Dickerson didn't lead him. It's hard for you to field the ball coming in this way. Now you have to pitch it backwards. He didn't lead him enough to the bag, which is a difficult thing to do.
Don't have an official ruling on that yet, but I imagine that's an E4 or an E3 rather. And that pitch gets away. It's a third wild pitch for McNeese here in this contest, and Anderson, after reaching on the E3, is in scoring position. Wild pitches led to UCA's run in the fourth. Tyler Smith reached base on a one-out single, but moved to second and then third on consecutive wild pitches.
Reaching on an error, getting in scoring position on a wild pitch, not having to create much offense.
Josh Reagan 0 for 2 tonight. Four hits for the Bears, 7 for the Cowboys. And that error a minute ago, our first of the game for either side. One and two. Just outside. Aiden Anderson coming in, 61 strikeouts in 72 innings. He is second on the Cowboys in innings pitched. Complete game Wednesday, but 7 saves on the year. Got him. Reagan couldn't lay off. There's 2 away.
The reason why right there was that wipeout slider from Anderson.
So here's Tyler Smith, who had the Bears run last inning. 1 for 2 so far tonight. 5 hits and 16 plate appearances so far in Sugar Land this week. Off speed, over the plate.
Or the get me over off speed, the curveball from Anderson. Pretty good when you have that one to get over for a strike, and then the wipeout slider to finish you off with.
Base hit should score a run if it escapes the infield with 2 outs and with the speedy Jay Anderson at second base. Smith 34 runs batted in, second on the Bears coming into tonight, just behind Bo Orlando. Went around, said Ron Teague, and it's now 1 and 2. Cowboy fans may start to make a little more noise here. Many of them have brought the cowbell.
Try to trick anyone right here. Try to go away with a fastball. You flip it out there. I like that breaking ball again.
Tough play. Charging his fist back to first in time. An error on McNeese. Bears couldn't make the Cowboys pay. Alan Gum, UCA head coach, coming up. Tied at 1. Championship Saturday. David Salzman, Greg Swindell with you. We are halfway through on Championship Saturday. UCA and McNeese tied at 1. We're joined now by Bears head coach Alan Gum. A long day, I know, rewarding so far, and both teams with chances so far tonight, but both teams showing their grit, and this game remains low scoring. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's a good ball game right now, and both teams had chances and just playing some good baseball right now. So they got a break right there. We got a break. So it's 1-1. It's getting tight. But it's a lot of fun.
Coach, you talked about Tanner. He's not going to wow you, but he's going to go out there and compete. Right now, could be getting to the end of his rope. He's on the bases for a while. He's been swinging the bat all day, but he's looked good so far.
No, he has. He like I said, he knows how to pitch, but yeah, we'll have to check him right now and see where he's at as far as it's getting a little deep, so we have to get our bullpen ready.
Coach, appreciate you joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That's not often that coaches will join us in game, and really appreciate Justin Hill and Alan Gum for their time. Fisbeck to lead things off in the fifth, followed by Raspberry and Selman. Tied at 1, and Tanner Wiley out for his 5th inning of work. See the pitch count in the bottom right of your screen, up to 75.
Only 18 balls for Wiley tonight.
Cody Davenport is UCA's ace, one of their best pitchers of all time and record holder in a number of categories. Complete game on Wednesday. Got the save earlier today against Southeastern Louisiana. And you asked Alan Gum if it came down to it, do we see Davenport again today? And he said it depends on the situation, but he hesitated to say that he would use him very much. He has the opportunity to be drafted. We'll see if he goes to Davenport if the situation arises later tonight.
Did not say no.
Right.
Did not say no. I mean, you get to a point to where even if it's an out in the 9th inning and you have a guy, he goes, I will ask him first if he's okay, and if he gives me the okay, if the situation comes up, we'll try it.
Fisbeck goes down swinging, and there's one away in the 5th. Well, I can't imagine anyone in that situation would say no if they could come out in a tournament championship game.
So many coaches in my career, once I became a relief pitcher, they would come out during batting practice. I'd thrown 2 days in a row, not many pitches. They'd always come out and ask me, how you feel? My answer was fine. Fine. I said, our off day is Tuesday or Monday. Well, that's when I'll take off.
Did you ever say no once?
No, I've never heard of a pitcher saying no. If you want to compete and you love the game, you're going to take the ball. And results aren't always what you like, but take the ball as much as you can.
So if we see Davenport later tonight, Alan Gum can say, hey, I asked him first. To left off the bat of Raspberry. And Fiore, that ball just out of play. It's another count 0-2.
It's off the top of the wall out there. But the breeze just kept fading towards the bleachers out there.
Clayton Raspberry and his teammates wearing the great early 80s Milwaukee Brewers-like uniform, channeling their Paul Molitor, Robin Yount. Those are the days the Brewers were the American League. And of course, the team here, the Astros, were in the National League.
Harvey's Wallbanger.
Lost to the Cardinals, right, in the World Series, if I recall, in '82.
Yep. I believe the Cardinals had the Powder Blues as well on the road.
Right. Well, those were the days. We went through a time, right, when every road team in the major leagues would wear gray. Or the Astros would wear their off-white. They did that.
Those.
Did you wear the off-white? Yes. So you played for the Astros post-rainbow. You never got to wear the rainbow.
We had the rainbow on the sleeve.
Didn't.
Yeah. I'd much rather won the rainbow than the off-white.
But you never went throwback. See, they go throwback sometimes here with the rainbow jerseys.
No, we had jump ahead where we were. Weird jerseys. The whole league wore the weird jerseys.
But the Astros had that space look and the open star.
Yep. Yeah, we wore the off-white, then we went to the gray with the blue and the gold. Then they switched colors after I was gone.
At some point, these uniforms, McNeese wearing, they went out of style, and now, of course, they're old school and colorful.
They switched companies. They're Under Armour. And Coach Hill surprised them with these uniforms. They loved them, and he gave them the choice today what to wear, and they picked this one.
I'm not a fashion expert, but I second that choice by the Cowboys tonight. Bears have worn these gray and purples all day. This is their second game in a ripped to left, but foul.
That one went to the Sugar Factory.
Selman gave that a right. He is still hitless in Sugarland this week. 0 for 11. Now behind in the count, 0-2. Blowout to right his last time up. As Cowboys had runners on second and third. The runs in this game coming in the fourth. Wynn's going to hold that ball in. Johnson is there, and Tanner Wiley up to 87 pitches, but a 1-2-3 frame in the bottom of the fifth. 1-1 our score as we head to the sixth. It was UCA getting on the board first, seeing a single off the bat of Bo Orlando scored Tyler Smith. That made it 1-0, but the Bears left the bases loaded in that top half of the fourth. And then McNeese coming back in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Julian Gonzalez's RBI single scored Jake Dickerson. The pitching has been the story. Tanner Wiley, Brian King getting the starts for both squads, pitching well, and now Aiden Anderson on for his second full inning of work out of the pen for the Cowboys.
They're throwing the ball well, but the starters, Tanner Wiley doing what he's done, just the one run, being the DH as well for Central Arkansas, and now Aiden Anderson coming in this ball game and just throwing strikes.
Orlando flies out, one away in the sixth. This is what the Cowboys have done all week. Coming into this game, they were hitting just .229, but the pitching has been outstanding. They have allowed just 7 runs in 3.5 games here in Sugar Land.
It's been the story. When you're not hitting and you're 3-0, something's going right, and it's been on the bump.
0-1 to Tanner Wiley. Now, he's the pitcher and the DH. And so when he comes out off of his mound appearance, in college, you can remain the DH. He does not have to be replaced in the lineup, and that's key as he leads UCA in hitting by a wide margin.
That's not a typo. That's over 500 on base percentage.
It's 1 for 2 today, and a 1-2 count. Colby Johnson on deck. So many of these games this week have been grinders, and no exception here. Wiley couldn't lay off. And a good job by Duhan to hold that ball in the glove. It's a strikeout instead of a foul ball, 2 away.
Yeah, good job by Duhan, but that's the slider, the wipeout one from Anderson. Late break, late fight. Gets to the plate, just drops off the table right there. Duhan presents it. We got a strikeout.
1-0. The count to Alonzo Bibiano. He's the pinch hitter for UCA. Junior from Ellensburg, Washington. Batting in place of Colby Johnson, who struggled tonight, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Bibiano hitting .173 on the year, 1 home run and 7 runs batted in. Anderson came on with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the fourth, got out of the jam, and since then only base runner for the Bears has reached on an error.
He's a strike thrower, that's for sure. Comes right after you, got a good fastball. Knows how to use the off speed. Hasn't thrown too many in the zone, the off speed pitch.
Just getting a piece, Bibiano stays alive. Fourth game of the week for the Cowboys, 3-0 through their bracket. Bears had a win earlier today in 10 over Southeastern Louisiana to eliminate the Lions and participate in Championship Saturday with McNeese. Aiden Anderson has been dominant. 3 strikeouts in his relief appearance so far. Game remains tied.
Back, bottom of the 6th inning, championship Saturday, the Southland Conference Championship game. Central Arkansas and McNeese tied at 1, and Tanner Wiley still on the bump for Central Arkansas.
Yeah, his pitch high this season, 104, and that came back on March 19th against Oral Roberts. He is approaching 90 pitches here. Conference's biggest stage here in Championship Saturday. David Salzman, Greg Swindell with you, Constellation Field here in Sugar Land. One the count to Dickerson, who has a couple of singles off Wiley so far tonight.
Hasn't been able to figure out Jake Dickerson in this ball game. A couple singles and has scored the only run.
So conference tournaments mean so much across all of college baseball, but especially in leagues like this. You sometimes see at-large teams, but this year, winner of this game is going to be the only one to continue their season. I want you to tell your story when you played at Texas. Conference tournaments didn't mean as much back then. And by my understanding, as that's how to play for Fiore, I believe Cliff Gustafson, the head coach of Texas, decided to up and leave from a conference tournament when you were there.
Oh, yeah, it was 1986. My last year, my junior year, I pitched against Baylor, and they shellacked me. I got out of that game pretty quick. And they had already told us that Texas was hosting a regional, the Central Regional, back in the day. And so rain came, and we got rained out our next game, and it just kept raining for a couple days. Coach Gus says, you know what, let's go. We're out. We're going back to Austin. Y'all figure out who the winner is, because if we know we have a region, we know we're going to play in our own regional. So it gave other teams the opportunity to win the tournament and be an automatic qualifier.
So you up and left. So Texas obviously forfeited. Did the tournament go on when the rain stopped?
Yeah.
It did. Yeah. But Texas said, we're out.
Yeah, we're going home.
Dickerson, a long fly ball out, and there's one away. Now, that's an 86, you said, right? So those were the days when there wasn't as much attention placed on conference tournaments. You didn't have the ball on TV. They weren't sponsored.
Right, and now they don't say the host until tomorrow.
Right.
So we would not have known because the conference tournament was still going on, or we were playing for the championship in that tournament. Yet now they wait till tomorrow. Yeah, some of the bids for host come out tomorrow. Good play right there.
What a play by the shortstop Brazier, and there's 2 outs.
Some of the host sites will still be going on, but what a play right there by Brazier, way to his right, and used the long hop over there to first base.
Carson Maxwell, the victim. 2 away now in the 6th. But by my understanding, there was 4 teams in the tournament. Southwest Conference just kind of put it together at the end. But it wasn't like today where you have 8 teams or every team, as you see in some leagues.
It was like a weekend regional tournament.
Okay.
4 teams, double elimination, 7 games if it went to 7.
You said you got shelled, so you were probably ready to go before Coach Gus decided to leave.
I got shelled there, and I got shelled in the regional that we hosted, so I was ready to get out of there.
Was that your last year?
Yes.
Hey, you turned it around in the majors pretty well, sir. Tanner Wiley, after getting in trouble in the first 4 innings, he has retired his last 9. Well, how about Aiden Anderson on Wednesday? Here's his performance in the victory over UIW. 133 pitches, and he went the distance in the 2-1 victory over the Cardinals, which propelled the Cowboys to this 3-0 run to make it a championship Saturday. And now Anderson back on the hill in relief tonight. His team tied at 1 with UCA.
Old school. You got the old school uni on, you might as well go old school. You got 133 to start the tournament. Now in this ball game, about to throw his 40th pitch. And like I said, he goes right after you. He attacks, he throws strikes. Since he's been in, the only runner to reach base has been on the error.
Swing and a miss. as Fiore now even in the count 1-1. And of course Anderson with his 2 days of rest for his relief appearance here tonight in the championship game.
When you're a starter in college, you don't throw to like 3 days after for your bullpen because you have a week in between starts. But he's been a reliever a lot. First start in a while was on Wednesday, but 133 pitches is also a lot.
This looks to be in play, and Duhan makes the catch. So after both teams had massive opportunities in the fourth to put up crooked numbers, we haven't had a hit.
Attribute that to the pitching. There hasn't been much over the middle of the plate. Hasn't really been allowed out except the one hit off Anderson when he came in the game to get out of the bases loaded jam.
Here's Brazier, who made a tremendous defensive play in the bottom of the sixth to rob Carson Maxwell of a base hit. Brazier 0 for 2 at the plate so far today. Most of the appearances for Aiden Anderson have been in relief, but if this team's able to win this game and play in the NCAA regionals next week, Justin Hill may have a decision to make as to who he starts on Friday.
Anderson has such a good feel for the off speed. I've seen 4 or 5 different speeds on it. He's got the wipeout. He's got the slow one that he got the strikeout on last inning to end the inning. Then he's got the harder one like that.
Gets Brazier out looking. Probably easier for us to see it versus those watching at home. But the body language of Anderson has just been great. He just looks confident, gets his sign, and doesn't hesitate.
The complete game will do that for you. He's a confident young man. His numbers are good throughout the season, so the confidence is there. When you start to see results, I mean, that builds confidence as well.
I'll say again, this McNeese team starting 7-12 in the league, in danger not even making it to Sugar Land. Finished 9-2 in league play in the regular season and 3-0 so far here in Sugar Land. Winners of 12 of their last 14 conference games and 15 of 18 overall.
Got hot at the right time.
You know, sometimes you see a team that's red hot come to Sugar Land and kind of fall under the weight of expectations, but obviously that has not happened to the boys from Lake Charles.
Yeah, because this field plays so much different than what you're used to. The infield's fast. It's the wind's different. I mean, a lot go into it here.
And we'll say the same for the Bears. I mean, they're the 2 seed now. They're probably saying, you know, we were pretty good in the regular season as well. And no doubt, they just finished a game behind Sam Houston State. They didn't finish as hot, of course, as the Cowboys, and that's our point. But Alan Gumb's squad has been solid since the beginning of conference play. They haven't been in much danger of missing the top 8. Sagdell draws a walk, and top of the order, and Jay Anderson now will step up. That's the first walk for either team tonight.
That's incredible. Right there. I mean, we're in a championship game. No nerves. We saw King start the game 2-0 on first 3 hitters and not give in and walk. First 1 through 7 innings, 6+ innings on both sides is pretty good.
That's a great point, because so often in conference tournaments when you get late and both teams, their pitching staffs are just gash. You're just trying to get anyone to throw out, and you get these high-scoring games. Has not been the case here in Sugar Land at all. It's a time of the week where you're seeing 15-11 and 13-8. Not here. It's foul. Jay Anderson, the heart and soul of UCA, according to their head coach Alan Gum. The underclassmen give nicknames to the upperclassmen, and they call Jay Anderson the anchor, looking to keep this inning alive for the Bears.
The anchor is symbolic of strength.
Well, you asked Alan Gum about Anderson. You can see his just expression and the respect he has for this young man at the plate. Missing high, 2-2.
That's what you like more as a player, the respect of your teammates and of your people you play against. If other athletes respect you and your teammates, that's the perfect teammates.
Count full. Did you feel living in your career for as well as you did, you still always had to maybe earn your teammates' respect, that it was always a battle in a way?
You didn't have to earn it. That's just the way you went about your business. A professional. We'll call it professional. Being a good professional.
Swung on and missed, and Anderson goes down swinging. Aiden Anderson on the hill for McNeese. 5 strikeouts in his relief appearance. Much like most of the week, regardless of team pitching, has been the story. Both teams getting on the scoreboard in the 4th. Tyler Smith for Central Arkansas. His run scored off the RBI from Bo Orlando. Made it 1-0 in the top of the frame. And then in the bottom half of the 4th inning, Jake Dickerson has been red hot all week, tying things up. The RBI to Julian Gonzalez. How about Tanner Wiley? After getting in trouble for much of the beginning of this game, the UCA starter has retired the last 9 Cowboys. And Greg Swindell, he will be on the hill to start the bottom of the 7th.
Back on the mound to start the bottom of the 7th here for Central Arkansas. Yeah, I mean, it's guts. It's gritty is what he's doing right now. As we mentioned, he got the 4 hits in game 1 to get him here, and now he's pitched you into the 7th inning. Just an outstanding game for him. It's been a really good day.
Dustin Duhan 0 for 1 with the sac bunt. Followed by Reed Borg in the top of the order and Peyton Hardin. So now 97 pitches for Wiley. We'll mention again his high this year, 104, which was over 2 months ago. Solid shot into left center, a base hit. Duhan, big turnaround first. He's on his way to second, and he'll stand at second with a leadoff double.
The first fastball we've seen right over the heart of the plate, and Duhan does not miss it. Right down the middle, takes a good swing at it. Gets it far enough in the gap to be able to get to second base and lead off double.
It's a pretty deep park. Quite a ways away to the alleys, and 405 to straightaway center. And the good hustle by Duhan gives him the double to lead off the inning, and that is the night on the mound for Tanner Wiley. He'll remain the Bears' designated hitter, but right now Alan Gum goes to his pen. Great night by both our starters, and now it's up to the pen. And for the first time, UCA goes to its bullpen. And Connor Williams, who leads the Bears in appearances, this is his 22nd appearance of the season with a couple of saves, a 4-1 record, and an ERA of 3.64.
A big situation right here with a runner on second, no outs for Connor Williams. And the key has been all game for both sides is throwing strikes. Looks like Connor Williams do the same right here.
Central Arkansas has been good at the plate this season. They have been very good on the mound. The team ERA of 3.50 coming in. And that's for the season. They've been even better in Southland Conference play. McNeese tying things up in the bottom of the 4th and looking to take the lead for the first time. Dustin Duhan double to lead off the bottom of the 7th, chasing Tanner Wiley. What a job, though, by Wiley. Almost 100 pitches thrown for Alan Gum's Bears. He has helped the Bears stay right in it with the league's hottest team coming into tonight.
I think he exceeded what Coach Gum expected out of him today. Yeah, to play the first game and to go with him in this second ball game. You maybe 4, maybe 5. Well, he pitched you into the 7th inning. And he's giving your team a chance to get right here to the selection show and find out where you're going to play.
Yeah, whoever wins tonight, they'll be watching Monday, 11 o'clock Central, ESPNU tournament selection show. See where either Central Arkansas or McNeese will go next weekend for the NCAA Regionals. Road to Omaha Monday on ESPNU. Reed Bork swings at the first pitch, and it's going to drop in front of Reagan. Holding up initially was Duhan because he wasn't sure if Reagan would make the catch, so he only gets to third, but runners are on the corners with nobody out.
Reagan does a good job, in my opinion. He's not going to try to come in and catch this ball. If it gets by you, it's a run and a triple. He sees the runner holding up, not going to score on you if you let it drop.
Quite the jam now for Connor Williams. A go-ahead run at third with insurance at first and nobody out. Infield will play in as the Cowboys leadoff hitter Peyton Hardin steps to the plate. Fairly good speed at third, really good speed at first. Conference's leader in stolen bases in Reed Bork.
Corners are going to be in. Middle infielders are about halfway, and I think they might read the speed of the ball off the bat. If it's not hit hard, you still have a chance to turn to. Yes, the runner will score. If the ball's hit hard, you have a chance to get the runner at home if he goes.
Hardin hitting .290 on the year, .200 here at the tournament, and is 0 for 3 so far tonight. First time for him to face Connor Williams.
See that too often. Because you know the third to first have been outlawed, so that's not going to happen.
Pitch. 0-1 the count. Just saw the throw to third. I mean, if you're Justin Hill, are you thinking bunt at all to try to give your team the lead?
I think you have no outs. You got good speed at the plate. If there is a ground ball up the middle, the runner's going to score. You're tough to double up as well. I don't know if a bunt would come right here.
To second. They'll try to double up Hardin, and the throw goes over the head of Smith. Hardin will be awarded second. He'll get an RBI on the ground out as Duhan scores. He'll advance to second on the air, and the Cowboys with the lead for the first time tonight.
Central Arkansas was playing for the double play right there. Not hit hard. The flip, he tried to rush his throw right there and just doesn't get a good grip on it. Sails it into the dugout. Peyton Hardin will end up on second base with the RBI.
So the fielder's choice and RBI, and Hardin in scoring position representing Insurance. Nate Fisbeck, 1 for 3 tonight, 2 solo homers last night. McNeese has excelled in the late innings this week. UCA desperately wants to keep this a one-run game the way Aiden Anderson is pitching for the Cowboys. Big cut, 0-2. Double, single, and an RBI on a fielder's choice to begin this inning for McNeese. Fisbeck, the team leader in runs batted in. Another throw to second.
In situations like this where you could throw the ball away and give them a run, right? You got 2 strikes on a hitter, right? 0-2.
Right. I believe it's 0-2. As Fisbeck awaits. Pops up the bunt.
Guess it was 0-1.
That must have been 0-1. I thought it was 0-2 as well.
tried to bunt. I'm like, okay.
Well, right. I mean, if it's 0-2 and he bunts it foul, he's out. Okay, it's 0-2. We're sure of that now.
Not a bad idea with Orlando playing way back.
To short. Brazier charges. And had trouble getting it out of his glove. Everyone's safe.
Second play in a row, he's had trouble. One throwing it over the head of Smith at first. This one just cannot get a grip on it. Wisely, instead of trying to throw it without a good grip, just holds on to it. Still have a shot at a double play.
And so Clayton Raspberry, it was cold this week entering into tonight's game, but 2 for 3 here on Championship Saturday. Chance to extend this McNeese lead. By the way, that fistback grounder ruled a hit. So excellent speed on third and Hardin. As Ronteague breaks up conference on the mound between Williams and Sagdahl. So Gavin Stone, one of the UCA relievers, and Cody Davenport is the second. Complete game for Davenport Wednesday, save earlier today. Maybe Allen Gum will go to him for a second time tonight. We will see. First, Connor Williams faces Clayton Raspberry with runners on the corners. It's out of the glove of Orlando, and now trying to make his way to second is Fisbeck, and they'll slide in safely. Now the defense for UCA has really fallen apart here in the bottom of the seventh. E5.
Talk about keep throwing the bases. Something bad could happen. You see, he saw Fisbeck off the bag as he was going to bluff to go, and he took his eye off the ball. Did Orlando.
Raspberry, the former Rockwall Yellow Jacket, looking to give his team perhaps 2 more runs with a base hit.
And now you have to bring the infield in. No shot at a double play. Can't afford to give up any more.
Ripped to right towards the corner. Foul ball. Ooh.
From where we sit behind home plate, you can't see that portion down the lines. Unsure where it's going to land.
Chris Simons was right on it. No argument from anyone in a blue uniform. See Raspberry's numbers this season. And now Allen Gum with a 0-1 count is going to come to the mound. And perhaps we'll see a pitching change here. We will. So we had speculated if we would see Cody Davenport, and it would not be Davenport yet. That's Gavin Stone, the sophomore right-hander, coming on for UCA. Cowboys taking their first lead of the night this inning. Constellation Field, Sugar Land, Texas, side of the Southland Conference title game, and it's been a good one. I would say maybe a grinder, but the defense of UCA starting to fail them. McNeese bats getting hot as well, and a chance to maybe really break this open in the seventh.
Yeah, McNeese starting to put the ball in play, and when you do that, you make the defense make the mistakes, and that's what's happened this inning. Brasher not able to get a grip on the ball. He throws it over the first baseman's head, then able to get a grip on the ball and get a base hit. So defenses fail them right now, and McNeese has a chance to bust it open right here.
Sorry, Greg. So here's Gavin Stone, sophomore, with a sparkling ERA of 1.54 to lead the Bears. 20th appearance of the season, 18 of them coming out of the bullpen. He has allowed just 8 earned runs all season. Now look at the walk to strikeout ratio as well. Comes on in a key moment and an 0-1 count to Clayton Raspberry, but that one strike, a towering fly ball to the right field corner.
I think that's what you're looking at right here. Going to Stone, you're going to try to get that strikeout. And he'll afford to give up a big hit right here. Chasing a few. But go behind him.
Sagdahl was able to keep the ball in front of him, but an overthrow by Stone on his first offering. Infield in, runners on second and third. There's Fisbeck at second, Harden, the runner leading off third base. Lifted to left and foul.
94 on the scoreboard here. Speed on the auxiliary scoreboards above the dugouts.
Can Stone come away with a strikeout? Cleanup hitter Selman on deck.
I saw the first pitch, the slider. Missed with that. See if he goes away here.
Rick, base hit. Harden scores. Fisbeck around third. He'll score as well. A 2-run single for Raspberry and a 4-1 McNeese lead.
He wanted to go away right there. Did not get it out there, and the pitch was up in the zone. Raspberry able to handle it. That ball's up in the zone. Gets by a drawn-in Anderson. We got a 4-1 ball game in the critical part of this ball game.
Justin Hill told us earlier today when we spoke with him, he said, we have found a different hero each and every game. And Clayton Raspberry has been great all year, but this week again a struggle. I'll mention it again, 1 for 10 in Sugar Land entering into tonight's game, and yet tonight 3 for 4, including that big 2-run single. Shane Selman is hitless in Sugar Land. Looking to continue the inning. It's 0 for 12 so far in the tournament, but ahead in the count. It was a 3-run 8th last night that propelled McNeese to the victory over UIW to get the championship Saturday, and so far 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. 16 years since their last conference tournament title and NCAA tournament appearance. Runner going, and well, that went off the glove, I believe, of Sagdahl, and then hit the home plate umpire Ron Teague, who has to walk that off.
I think it got the bat, the glove, and then Teague. Got everybody. If anything, it just scares you, shocks you. All of a sudden, you get drilled. You see it hit off the bat right here.
Oh, you're right.
A little bit of everything.
Ron Teague will. A few words for the McNeese dugout. He telling Justin Hill, I'm okay.
Yeah.
He'll take a couple of steps out. Says, I'm going to do my best hockey impression here and stay in the game despite the pain. To left. Fiore the catch, 2 away.
Someone's lifted the ball every at bat. He's hit ball flies to each outfielder. A couple to the right, 1 to center, 1 to the left.
His teammates have done the job, and now Jake Dickerson, who's been great all week, looks to keep the inning going. 2 hits today, including a run scored in the 4th. 7 hits so far on Sugar Land. Potential tournament MVP. Cowboy first baseman, junior from Beaumont, Texas. Nope. newcomers to this Cowboy team have led the team in hitting, but Justin Hill was quick to tell us. He said it was the returnees, though, that set the tone for these newcomers to do so well with their work ethic. Things that sound so simple but are also so important. Be on time for practice. Work hard every day. Put in the volunteer work to continue to work after practice is done. And although the returnees don't have the sparkling numbers that newcomers like Dickerson have, Justin Hill has praised his more experienced players in Cowboy uniforms for setting the tone for everyone.
Whether junior college or coming out of high school, you always have to look for the leadership, and guys that have been there provide that. That's what they've done for McNeese this year.
Dickerson, a New Mexico Community College transfer. Pitch missed, 2-1. Seven of the 9 Cowboys in the lineup have base hits here tonight. They have 11 overall. 3 runs across in this inning. 3 hits and 2 errors helping the cause. Strike call. Chance for Stone to get out of this inning, but his Bears hitters will have work to do. Jay Anderson, and that'll do it. But the Cowboy Bats put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Clayton Raspberry's 2-run single, the big hit, and the 5 seeds at 3. David Salzman, Greg Swindell with you, Sugar Land, Texas. McNeese had struggled every time they'd come to Sugar Land until this year, and 6 outs away from a Southland Conference title. We mentioned the hitting prowess of Jake Dickerson for McNeese all week long, but what about Aiden Anderson? Complete game on Wednesday, and since he's come on in relief tonight for McNeese, he has kept this Bears lineup in check. Grounder off the bat of Josh Reagan, and he beats it out. An infield single to begin the 8th. Bears will not go away quietly.
Maxwell down at third had intentions on cutting that one off. Instead, let it get to Bork, and he had the long throw this time. Had the scoop over there, but just in time getting down that line was Josh Reagan. Wow, that was close.
That is the first hit off of Aiden Anderson tonight. Brian King getting the start for the Cowboys and getting up just the 1 run in the 4th. And the man to score that run is at the plate, and Tyler Smith. The Bear team's already had a rally today. Down 3-2 late to Southeastern Louisiana. And with 3 runs in the 10th, defeating the Lions 6-3 to get to the title game tonight. Strike call. So Aiden Anderson is approaching 190 pitches now.
Who hit 200?
In Sugar Land? So,
200.
right. So fatigue a possible factor here in the on a humid night, like it is so often here in the Houston area. 3-1 the count.
Lake Charles is probably a little humid too.
That's 12 true. It still affects you, huh? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I lived in South Louisiana for 3 years, and I was born and raised in Houston. Let me tell you, I haven't been used to the humidity once in my life.
Yeah. It's like you live up north. You're used to the cold. Well, no, not really. That's why we stay inside.
That's right. It's still cold.
Down here, we have air conditioning.
Full count to Smith with Bo Orlando on deck. Right into the glove of the shortstop Bork. Third to first not in time, but there's one away.
That was hit hard. Bork playing the double play deck. Coming right at you. Work played right there. Tries to throw to first.
It's a nice camera work out in center field. Staying with that baseball. Bo Orlando has 8 hits in Sugarland this week. Reagan with his lead off first and 1 away. Tanner Wiley is on deck, who got the start on the mound for UCA. Remains the designated hitter.
Uh, 193. No. 203.
203, right. Yeah. 133 pitches Wednesday. That's some fuzzy math there. Now he's at the 204, but you see now for the first time all night, he's starting to really get behind these hitters. Now 3-0 to Orlando.
They're starting to fall behind, but took a little bit off right there to get the ball over the plate. Still just 1 pitch away right here from getting out of the inning. Still working quick.
There is activity in the Cowboy pen. Full count as Orlando had a good cut. Every inning, these Cowboy fans getting louder and hoping for a strikeout here. Walked him. First and second, 1 out, and the tying run coming to the plate in the Bears' best hitter.
Wiley got a chance to make up for, right now would be the loser of record. Could really help his team out right here with something big.
He is the team's leading hitter and was not even in the lineup to begin the season. Just a pitcher on the Bears staff. Alan Gum needed a left-handed designated hitter. Gave Tanner Wiley a shot, and all he's done is be the team's leading hitter since. Aiden Anderson will not face him, as Justin Hill will go to the bullpen. 4-1, the McNeese lead, but the Bears with a tying run at the plate. I appreciate the folks at Constellation Field operating the manual scoreboard, one of the old-time perks here at Constellation Field, Sugarland, Texas. Longtime home now for the Southland Conference tournament, and a great host in 2019. McNeese a 4-1 lead, and to perhaps propel them to their first conference title in 16 years, they look to a freshman in Will Dion.
Will Dion right here, a big situation. Anytime you're in the ball game right now, if you're the relief pitchers, it's going to be a big situation with what's on the line. You see 5-0 on the season, making his 28th appearance with 57 strikeouts for Will Dion.
He's been dynamite for the years. You saw the numbers, but he struggled last night. He actually gave up the run in the 8th that gave UIW the lead. He allowed 3 of the 5 batters he faced to reach base, including 2 via the base on balls.
There's little command issues last night for Dion.
Comes on here with runners on first and second, and Tanner Wiley at the plate. 1 for 3 tonight. Came in batting .370. A lefty versus lefty matchup. And a strike call. Now 0-2. You're talking during the break that kind of how Dion works reminds you of a little Clayton Kershaw.
Everyone has a hero. Everyone tries to emulate someone, and yeah, even more so from the windup. You can really see it. But from the stretch, you can see how he Tries to hide the ball back behind him. It really stretches out there all in one motion.
To the opposite side, base hit by a diving Bork. Rounding third is Reagan. The throw home cut off, and it's a 2-run game. Tanner Wiley comes through.
Made a couple quality pitches and just leaves this breaking ball right out over the plate. Tanner Wiley doing what Tanner Wiley does, just takes it the other way past the diving Bork. That's the leading half. It's a 4-2 ball game.
And so Allen Gumm's going to go to his bench, and the winner of the Southland Conference Home Run Derby will step to the plate in Hunter Hicks. Hero for UCA Tuesday night, winning the Home Run Derby. They're looking to be one of their heroes here. Freshman from Sheridan, Arkansas. A .308 average on the season, but just 13 at-bats on the year. Coming into this key plate appearance.
I believe it was Allen Gumm that was throwing to him in the home run contest, who's a lefty. So right now, just trying to dial something up. Maybe looking for some magic out of Hunter Hicks.
No homers on the year in an actual game. Plenty on Tuesday night. Strike call.
There are a lot of teammates like that would just hit bombs in BP. What time is it? He's a 5 o'clock hitter. When the game started, there wasn't anything happening.
Freshman versus freshman on the conference's biggest stage late in the game. To the right side. Fistbeck to second. No throw to first. So fielder's choice. 2 away and runners on the corners.
Fistbeck understanding the speed of Wiley. Gets the lead out. Now the tying run is at first base and not second base.
Cole Fiore broke the game open in the 10th earlier today against Southeastern Louisiana with the 2-run single. Gave the Bears a 6-3 lead, and that would be their margin of victory to advance to the game tonight. Fiore 1 for 2, hit by a pitch so far tonight.
Ooh. Pretty good cut right there.
Junior from Chico, California. He's gotten hot when the Bears have needed him today. 2 hits and a walk this inning. And before the next pitch, we'll get a pinch runner at first. So Hicks comes out. Bryce Dodd replaces him, freshman from Clinton, Arkansas. A little extra speed on the base pass for Allen Gumm's Bears. With a force at second. Runners on the corners and 2 outs.
A little extra speed, a ball down the line.
Right.
In the gap. Score him and tie this game up. If you could, you can see Dion. He starts leaning a good second and a half before he throws the pitch home. You could get an easy break on it.
Cowboy fans who have made the trek from Lake Charles, hoping for the strikeout to end the frame. One, 2. Both teams with runs in the 4th. Cowboys 3 in the bottom half of the 7th. And these 2-seeded Bears who will not go away, responding with the run of the 8th and the go-ahead run at the plate. Just got a piece.
Ties him up with the slider right there. This is a count where you can trust your catcher. You have to really trust him. Try to get that breaking ball in the dirt. Got to get him to chase something out of the zone.
Good job, Fiore, just staying alive here. Still 1-2. Bears look on. They have been on the road 11 straight days. Be all worth it if they can rally and take the lead and perhaps take home a conference tournament crown. Called strike 3. Freshman Will Dion gives up the run, but holds the Bears to just that. McNeese 3 outs away from a conference title. Great game to end the Southland Conference slate, and what a story UIW was. Patrick Hallmark, first year as head coach of UIW, the Clay Gould Coach of the Year. UIW, the 4 seed here. They had the best offense in all of the league. And the freshman of the year was Hallmark's catcher in Taylor Smith. He selected a league-high 16 home runs, posted 4 multi-home run games in his rookie campaign. Also had the conference's 3rd highest slugging percentage at .629. Well, she's one of the many Cowboy fans here, hoping for some insurance, but feeling a conference title. 3 outs away, a 4-2 McNeese lead. Matthew Patton is the new pitcher for UCA, and right off the bat, he is greeted with a Carson Maxwell single.
Not a bad pitch from Patton, just a really good job from Maxwell right there, dropping the hands. Giving it to left field.
Patton Jr. from Carthage, Missouri. He's a transfer from Northeast Oklahoma A&M. 2-2 mark, an ERA of .638. $12 hits for the Cowboys now.
We've been seeing the ball the last couple innings.
Julian Gonzalez, an RBI single in the 4th, tied things up at 1.
Let's switch it up. First fastball went the other way pretty firm. I'll try to change up this time.
Yeah, this is our 2nd time to work together, and I know you've been to more Southland title games than I have, but I've been around the conference for a while too. The one thing I get of so many great things about this league is the respect these programs have for each other. Central Arkansas, Southeastern Louisiana going down to the wire earlier today. And just feeling in baseball and all sports, there are rivalries and there are heated matchups, but in the end, the respect that all these coaches and programs have for each other, you can't top that in other leagues around the country.
I think that they have to understand the grind that it is in a smaller Division I school. So you have to go out, you have to try to recruit ball players, you have to really get after it. And they respect each other for doing that. And then you come to this tournament, it starts on a Wednesday and ends on a Saturday, and it's just such it's 5th game for Central Arkansas now in 4 days. So it's just, you have to respect the other team.
Yeah, these teams aren't flying to go anywhere. Right. Yeah, it is a grind. And every weekend, your midweek games, it all adds up to this great event in Sugar Land. Both these teams have worked so hard to get here.
And for the Southland crew that worked all week here from 9 a.m. on.
Yeah, we got it easy. I mean, we just come in for the title game. Mike and Brian Watts, entire JWP crew, been here all week long, grinding it out. And of course, the staff for the Southland as Gonzalez goes down. Bruce Ludlow has run this tournament for many a year, and it is seamless and so smooth. Chris Mikoski, all the Southland staff, and they've done a wonderful job again here in Sugar Land in 2019. I imagine imagine they're ready to get home, all of them, but it's a labor of love, and they've enjoyed their time here. Seen some really, really good baseball. Many games just like this one, close to the end. Duhan got the 3-run seventh, started with the double. Runner going late, and the tag applied. What a play by Jay Anderson, tagging the helmet of Maxwell. 2 outs.
Throw high and inside the bag, but look at the athletic ability right there. If he sticks with him, he can tag him, but he did. He got him right on the helmet as he's in the air on the way down.
Bobby Entrekin, our second base umpire, had a good view of it. The base is empty now for Duhan. Cowboy catcher, senior from Moss Bluff, Louisiana. Two and one. Take another look. That was a heck of a play by Jay Anderson on the caught stealing.
Yeah, what's the ability to go up and get it and then have the wherewithal to tag him on the helmet on the way down? Just an outstanding athletic play.
The bill of the cap went down as the contact was made. I know we saw Maxwell disagree, but Jay Anderson, a heck of a play. Two and two the count to Duhan. Brazier, Sagdahl, and Jay Anderson due up for UCA in the ninth. Reagan underneath. Makes the grab. Cowboy fans have waited 16 years for what may be coming up when we return, the McNeese Conference title. Top of the ninth comes up. McNeese looking for their 16th win in their last 19 games to propel themselves to a Southland Conference title and a trip to the NCAA tournament. Now they're hoping to see their name Monday. That's when the selection show will occur. It's 11 a.m. Central on ESPNU, and of course the regional starting on May 31st, all across the ESPN family of networks, followed by the Super Regionals and the College World Series in Omaha beginning on June the 15th. 4-2, the McNeese lead. Freshman Will Dion hoping to close it out. And this gritty UCA team who had to rally to defeat Southeastern Louisiana earlier today just to get to this point tonight, looking for a ninth inning rally to keep their conference tournament hopes alive. First pitch ball to Christian Brazier, the UCA shortstop.
It starts with the leadoff hitter both ways. You try to get him out, get yourself one out in this crucial inning. For Central Arkansas to get that leadoff guy on is crucial as well, because then you bring the tying run to the plate.
Dion looking for his 6th save of the season. None would be bigger. 1-2. Justin Hill is 6th year at McNeese. And he told us when he arrived in Lake Charles, because he had a great career as an assistant, he called the former Cowboy greats and asked them, how do you best win in Lake Charles? What are some secrets you can tell me? And when I talk about Cowboy greats, we're talking Mike Bianco, who's had an amazing career at Ole Miss. Tony Robichaux is the all-time wins leader at McNeese, and an amazing job he's done at Louisiana Lafayette. And he's taken that advice and he has taught himself, Justin Hill, to get acclimated to the McNeese community. He's told us multiple times, he said, this is a great place to coach. To center. Selman. One away.
He said, that's what all the practices are for. That's what all the sweat is about, is the community who's you look at the advice that the greats give you and you build from it. Not only him, we talked about the Skip Burton and coaches that he learned from. Those coaches were successful in that community. He's the same way, and this could be icing on the cake for him with a couple more outs to get to that next level.
A success was spotty in the years leading up to Hill's arrival. They won the regular season crown in 2017, had a chance for an at-large berth, and Hill joked with us. He said, you know, most of the Cowboy fans didn't know what the RPI was in 2017. They weren't used to being in that position. But that's an example of how Hill has elevated this program since his arrival. Quite a rally cap in the Bear dugout. 1-1 the count to Segdahl. This won't leave the infield. The Cowboys are one out away. Justin Hill has said that every different game we found heroes. Clayton Raspberry, 2-run single, representing the winning runs right now. He was 1 for 10 in Sugar Land before this game. Aiden Anderson in relief, dominant. And now Will Dion looking to close it out. Jay Anderson at the plate for the Bears. Want to know the count. One strike away. Cowboy fans have to wait at least one more pitch. One of the freshman stars of the league, Will Dion, going up against what they call the anchor of this USCA team, and Jay Anderson.
You tried the one, now you have to go back and challenge him right here.
Got him! Les a Bontar Roulette in Lake Charles for the first time in 16 years. The Cowboys are Southland Conference Tournament champions.
There's proof that if you continue to grind, doesn't matter how you start. They could have given up a lot earlier in this season. And they got hot at the right time, won a lot of ball games, came here to Sugar Land, did what they had to do, swept it, went 4-0, and right now they are the Southland Conference champions, and they will wait for their name to see where they're going next Monday.
After a loss to Abilene Christian April 26th, McNeese was 7-12 in the league. They win 13 of their last 15, including 4-0 in Sugar Land, and they're off to the NCAAs. Cowboys have done it first time since 2003. They are off to the NCAA tournament. They will see their name on ESPNU during the selection show on Monday. And like they've done it here in Sugar Land and really late in the season, a late rally. They get 3 in the 7th and they win. Our Southland Conference Tournament MVP, 2 wins here in Sugar Land, including tonight in the title game, is Aiden Anderson. He got the win in relief tonight, a complete game victory against UIW on Wednesday, and he was dynamite, Greg.
12 2/3 innings during the tournament, not giving up much at all. Aiden Anderson was outstanding. He came in throwing strikes, got into a little trouble, but the guy is the MVP of the tournament.
And our Southland Strong player of the game, he was 1 for 10 in Sugar Land before tonight, but Clayton Raspberry, 3 hits in this one, including a big 2-run single in the 7th, which gave his team a 4-1 lead. They would hold on for the 4-2 victory. The young man from Rockwall, Texas, in Raspberry, our Southland Strong player of the game.
Always looking for that one person for their shining moment, and Clayton Raspberry was it tonight. I'm tickled pink for Coach Hill and the Cowboys making their first appearance in 16 years. Congratulations to them.
You know, you called so many teams in this conference, including the best ones, in gritty and tough, and that was the type of game we saw tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's what they stand for, and they're going to have to continue that because they're going to the next level now, and it doesn't get any easier.
Well, congratulations to Alan Gum and his UCA Bears, their 4th title appearance in the last 7 years. They are runners-up in 2019. To the Cowboys of McNeese, Tournament Director Bruce Ludlow gives the Cowboys the trophy, and they will celebrate on the road back to Lake Charles tomorrow. The McNeese Cowboys, your 2019 Southland Conference champions. For Greg Swindell and our entire crew, my name is David Salzman saying so long from the Southland Conference Tournament in Sugar Land, Texas. All games on the ESPN family of networks are archived and can be seen on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Congratulations to the McNeese Cowboys.